Hey guys, Drifter here. The Call of Duty WW2 Zombies trailer dropped today, so I'm doing a proper trailer breakdown. Unlike the leaked trailer that came out a few days ago, I can actually show images and talk about it. We're going to move fast, and I'm going to focus on some of the things you may have missed, but the first thing I want to show you today is a nice slow motion section of the actual gameplay. From this point on, all of the clips you're seeing are ones that I have pulled from the trailer that are representative of actual in-game gameplay, that are not cutscenes, that are not edited, stylized, or anything like that. Now, they do have motion blur effects on, they do have additional lighting, and the camera does move very fast, but to the best of my ability to analyze, this is actual gameplay from the trailer, and I gotta tell you, it's looking very good. Graphically speaking, there is a lot of work that goes into making zombies this gross, this squishy, and this horrifying looking, and I expect it to play quite well too. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of extended gameplay clips, so we can't see quite how they jib or die. There are a few special zombies that show up in the trailer. We have this creepy looking guy in a gas mask who sits completely still and doesn't really do anything. He may be actually properly dead at this point. The most terrifying zombie, in my opinion, is the no-arm, skull-faced, often on fire zombie. These guys just kind of creep me out for no particular reason, and not in these screenshots, but throughout most of the trailer, they're seen as being on fire. And finally, we have the boss zombie, who is brought back to life via electricity, important fact we'll talk about later, and who is referred to as the devil himself, probably 7 to 8 feet tall, and swinging a giant spiked mace from hell. Another thing I'd like to point out, and go ahead and get it out of the way, is that even though it's called Nazi Zombies, throughout the entire thing you don't see any swastikas or Nazi imagery. There's talks of the Fuhrer, there's talks of the Third and Fourth Reich, but there's no actual swastikas. I know you guys have big boners for swastikas, and I just don't expect you to be seeing very many of them in Call of Duty Nazi Zombies this year. Very briefly in the trailer, we go through the map, and you can see a switch on the left-hand side, and based on my analysis, I'm going to guess that that activates the giant gory saw trap that we see later on in the trailer. We don't see a whole lot of the traps or a whole lot of the actual gameplay, but that one in particular was shown off. One thing I would like to point out is that the resurrection process for the boss zombie is very Frankensteinian. He's brought back via electricity, and even the pale, lurid nature of his gross flesh is a reference to the original Frankenstein book and to the original movie. It's got that very sort of old world vibe to it. A little fun thing on top of that is that the village itself also feels kind of Transylvanian. It's got this Eastern European spooky moon thing going on, which feels like a throwback to the Universal monster movies. One of the few plot points we see not properly explained is this Knights Templar statue, or I'm assuming it's a Knights Templar statue. It looks quite a lot like it. Not very much explanation about it. We have the full cast reveal as well, starring David Tennant, better known as the Doctor from Doctor Who, as Drosten Hind, who's sort of a foul-mouthed character. We have Elodie Young as Olivia Durant. You may know her as Elektra from Marvel's Defenders, or Netflix's Daredevil. Then we also have Catherine Winnick, who is in Vikings, and Ving Rhames as Jefferson Potts, which I thought was a very fun addition since he was pretty much the coolest character in the new version of Dawn of the Dead, and has been in quite a few zombie movies since then. Moving along, we have Udo Kier, I cannot say his name, as Dr. Peter Glucksbringer Straub. These German names are killing me today. Basically, he is the evil Nazi or German doctor responsible for creating the undead, and there's a few fun facts coming in on Twitter, such as the basic plot is that this group was deployed in small units looking for stolen art, and they found much more than that. Basically, this is the plot of The Monuments Men, the sort of dark World War II comedy starring John Goodman and Bill Murray. Michael Condrey says it's going to be the hardest Easter egg hunt that you've ever been on. I'm sure the Zombies YouTubers will absolutely love that. And they've said that the World War II Zombies and AW Zombies universes don't intersect. No mention of Treyarch yet, but I would assume no. However, they do have a mystery box and wonder weapon set in the game. So that's all the information we currently have about World War II Zombies. This trailer showed a lot less than the leaked version. The leaked version had a lot of other crazier stuff going on with it, which is linked down there below in the description if you want to watch that. But those may be cut assets from the game, so I can't guarantee that they're actually going to be there. However, today is basically CoD Zombies Day. I would imagine that before the end of the day, there's almost as much info as I've already put out there again. They're just constantly talking about it at Comic-Con, so I might actually do another Zombies video. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.